Hi, it's Linda. Welcome to the Daily Dose, where we talk about the energy that's moving through all of us right now, and then we make it useful for real life. There's no fancy language, just plain talk and real life. So let's get started. Today we start in a new energy. We are all spending our time this week with she leads when invited energy. This is the leader who doesn't push to the front of the room. She already knows where things need to go, but she waits. Not because she's afraid, but because she knows real leadership only works when the people she's leading asked her to lead them. This energy is one that I didn't have access until much later in life, so I've been learning about the voice of this energy, and now you get to learn about it while we're all in it. And here's the thing nobody tells you about waiting to be invited. Sometimes you have to unlearn holding back before you can even recognize the invitation when it shows up. I've always had a tendency to hold back. My childhood definitely conditioned me to hold myself back, to be sure not to take up too much space or, heaven forbid, the spotlight. That said, I always responded when I was needed. I felt the need, people talked to me, and I would step forward to help. But it was never my first, second, or even 18th impulse, because the younger Linda had been burned when she used her voice and stepped forward. She learned. She held back. And now I lean in. And what I've come to understand is that every one of those moments when people came to me, however small, was its own kind of invitation. Nobody handed me a title, but they handed me their trust, and that's what this energy is really built on. So yeah, at this stage of my life, I lean into this energy, and it consistently runs in me. There's an old song that captures this energy better than I ever could. Bette Midler's Wind Beneath My Wings. You are the wind beneath my wings. You know that one. It's not about being the one everyone sees. It's about being the reason someone else gets to fly. That's what this leadership looks like when it's working. You lift people. You don't need the spotlight to do it. This week, we're going to look at all the sides of this energy. What happens when the waiting turns into resentment? What it looks like when you get it right in everyday life, and what it looks like at its very best. The version of you that leads because you were asked and because the people around you freely gave you that voice. In our next chat, we meet her cranky side, the version of she leads when invited who gets tired of waiting and either pushes in too soon or pulls back entirely. I wouldn't miss it. I sure hope you don't. Push the subscribe button. Thank you so much for being here. Find you're happy. Love what you do. Make a difference and come on back to me safely. See ya.